Okay, Leos, let's continue with Is Your Ex Coming Back? And let's see what is coming up for you this month. Please make sure that you also check, and I really hope you hear me well. I'm not so sure because the last round people complained about sound. So I'm going to record one and see how it's going. So, why do I have the closed captioning here showing up for me? Let's turn this off. So, Leo, 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 what's happening for my Leos for the rest of October and in November? Is your ex coming back? Especially if you have the pesky one, if you don't want your ex back, I guess maybe you want to see what's coming up. There's like about some marriage. Hello, Manuela. That's good to hear. That sound is good. This is about some happiness. This is about some celebration. So is it yours or that you're observing somebody else's? Kind of like we'll see. Maybe you plan marriage with your partner. All right, Leo and Leo. So let's see what's going on. You have Temperance reversed. You may have been dealing with Sagittarius, and certain things are out of alignment. All the ingredients are there, but they make no sense at this stage. You have Two of Swords. And that's okay. So let me quickly tell you the categories I have. You can go on my website and really hear details because it took me 2 freaking years to come up with this lineup. So it's the Magician is going to tell me if your relationship is ever going to be a go. These are significators. They're the same in every reading. Temperance reverse is really telling me what needs to be glued, and there is like a lots of tug of war between your head and a heart. It's one significator, you and them, or vice versa. You will notice better the energy and interaction between what karma is saying about this relationship. Should you stay? Have you learned what you needed to learn? Is it time to pack, or you still need to stay? And the next steps. So let's see. Wow, the world. It looks like you kind of cleaned the house. The world is kind of like one of my karma cards. I say kind of because I consider it half karma card. It is karma card, clearly, but it is happening in the now. So it's exactly continuation. And also look at this. We have this, the snake biting its tail. Actually, not in this particular one. That will be 10 of, that will be the Wheel of Fortune. But we have the infinity over here. Also, some of you might be dealing with a fixedness. Somebody's very kind of set in their ways, or you could be dealing with Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo, another Leo yourself. Clearly, this card means congratulations. You're moving forward. There are certain things that you are resolving in your head. It kind of like really was hard, almost like that you had a turbulent period over here. And if you wanted your ex, maybe you are resolving your issues in the present or you are moving on. We are going to see it. The Star reversed. You're expecting some communication. You are hopeful, but that hope is always letting you down. Always, always, always. Queen of Cups. They might be having another woman, if this is a man or a partner, and or they're looking for some nurturing. They kind of like want to be showered with emotions, because this Queen of Cups is that woman who has the ample bosoms, and it's like a very motherly, and it's somehow who seemingly always forgives, kind of a thing. Then they have like Six of Pentacles. That is a one of two cards with the scales in it. And these scales are basically talking about measured issues. And this is karma talking about it and saying this relationship needs to kind of like be in balance. It has to be give and has to be take. And it looks like one partner was giving, another partner was taking. This is also talking about calling for some kind of generosity. We are going to see more when it gets through. And then we have the Empress reversed. And that could be you, because the Empress to me always represents significator, or alternatively represents somebody being put on a pedestal, but it was reversed. Maybe your partner feels dominated by you. The Empress reverse can be very moody. She can be very demanding. Um, there are simply too many people in this house, and maybe this is what is really bothering you. It's almost like you're saying, wait a minute, I have been everything you wanted. Who the hell is she, and why do you think you're a little bit here, you're a little bit there? I'm not going to tolerate that. That's kind of like how this is really coming across to me. So let's do the next row, the Tower. Yeah, I seen this Tower was happening and brewing. And look, you have another two. Almost like there is indecision stage that is still holding you to this person. Because it almost looks like on the surface, you are moving on. You are kind of like, yeah, you're establishing yourself to push it forward. Some of you might be dealing also with Aries or Scorpio. Yeah. You know what? The Emperor card and this card together. So this is like 23. And pardon me, 21. 2 and 1 is 3, which is the same as the Empress. So that's kind of like the same energy, except it's much higher. So this is like you're seeing a much bigger picture. And now we have the Emperor as well. So if you're a woman or if you're a man, most likely this is your significator. Guys, you're the ones wearing the pants. You are the one kind of like controlling the situation. You, to some extent, you do want to go forward. You do want to build this world. But you don't really know how, because look at this 222. We have this juggling and hesitation, and it could be like the matter of trust. Maybe you expected that, you know, some either confession or clarification or communication is going to come true. Maybe you find out about somebody in this period of time. Ace of Swords, this person is continuing to lie to you. This is about lies. This is about truth hasn't been told. And then we have another 6 and 6, which I think where the hard part is, this is your soulmate, and you are like probably reminiscing, and it doesn't help. You're already in Mercury retrograde shadow. You're reminiscing about good times, and some of you maybe know this person from, like, I mean, young age or younger age. Some of you are maybe thinking about somebody whom you knew before, who maybe, like, I mean, even going into school, because there is like this level of innocence. There is this level of a really nice resonance in the situation, right? But karma is saying, hey, you know what? Like, you are touching base with each other. This is one of the karma cards, and this is one of the karma cards. One is coming out on you, a really strong one, really powerful one. And so if I have to line up karma cards, right, this one will be the first one. So it's almost like a seed where it kind of blossoms up to this point. So to them, you're appearing strong and solid, and they cannot tell you anything that would please you. They feel, and maybe that's why they see you, you're just going to storm down on them. There are emotions here. There is connection. Yeah, we can make it work. I want to make it work. This is clearly soulmate connection, but they still lying, and it could be the third party over here, because at this stage it's showing. You see, it's going to be arguments. I think you're going to say something and it's going to erupt. It's going to be, I don't think so, because I also see the Tower. And the Tower showed up reversed. When the Tower reverses, we are really talking about a situation which, you know, didn't work properly, which something has been undermining the foundations of whatever you have been building. And I really think this is why you're surrounded with this confusion around. So this card is talking about you need to kind of switch. You need to kind of like start from the scratch, rebuild. But when this is around like this, it's not possible to rebuild. And I really think that's because somebody's just having their head in sand, Actually, you don't have head in sand. Looks like you really have a good, like, head on your shoulders. Let's see, she's blindfolded here. Something she didn't want to see, but now, okay, how do I make this work? But when this reverses, somebody is not willing to accept certain things. And this could be, maybe you are like denying yourself that there is like something a lie. Maybe, you are not able to overcome somebody's juggling. Maybe, this is somebody who is forgetful or clueless and things just don't work out. So we have Eight of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. It could be children in this union as well. And here is the High Priestess. And now I have the Empress, the High Priestess, and the Emperor. So this can talk about family. I mean, you're Leo. You have a really strong attitude toward family. And this can actually talk about it here, because all of a sudden these pentacles are showing up. And now we have the Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands. It's both of them. Technically this one is almost like a reverse because it's falling in this category. It looks like, and that's why you're confused. You're trying this, you're trying this, you're trying this, and instead of somebody meeting you halfway or trying to go in this direction and you are the aggrieved one, they don't do that. Instead, they're just saying no and no and no, or they keep lying, or they keep basically, and I really think this is kind of like coming as an insult to your intelligence, and because this is like about words clearly. And then they come and offer love. This is a lover boy, I have to tell you. This is a big time lover boy. And this person that you're dealing with is currently focused on security. And look at this. I have a 4 over here showing up. I have 7 showing up here. They really kind of like focused on what they want. And they'll be shifted, like, because we had a 2 here that more or less you have been thinking, what do I do? Hi Barbie, hi Steve. It's just going to be one reading. I have to go to my yoga, but I wanted to make sure that I fix the sound. So it is a Leo, and nice to see you guys, my mods. But it's almost like you're wondering how to go, and maybe you are going to block everything. You're going to say, because the High Priestess is the one who kind of like knows more, and you never know how much she knows. It's like you're kind of like coming home to parents and you don't know what the teacher told them, kind of a thing, right? And so tell me, and you don't know how much you can say because you don't want to get yourself in a bigger trouble. It's possibility. And then instead, you do get yourself in a bigger trouble because you're not fessing up. You're not releasing yourself from that karma, right? But you're saying, I actually know something, and you will tell me this. Instead of telling you this person turning around is going to say, I do love you, I want to move it forward, but then they vanish again, or something like that, because this is really weird. Look at this. This is coming down to 13. I don't know if you're dealing with maybe Scorpio. Over here, there is like some kind of like Houdini, somebody pulling Houdini on you, or maybe they're dealing through their own turmoil. They have somebody in their life right now, and it's kind of weird. This person has someone they're focused on, they want to grow, but they also want to keep you at the same time. So it is a really, really huge confusion that is really happening in this situation. But you're saying, freaking fess up. And if I don't hear what I need to hear, off you go. Because you honestly, like, you are losing patience. You're like sitting on your throne and you're demanding. You kind of had enough. So this is really interesting because that's the next reading, but you are really waking up from something that has probably kept you, and now you're just saying, look, I really need to start rebuilding myself. And you're looking into kind of like foundations, layers. Very important for you to kind of like your own safety, your own security, your own control. You have it all, right? and you're just sitting and waiting. And that's kind of like a very powerful situation. You have three major arcanas over here, three, right? And you have one very strong karma card, just like, I mean, the strongest one is something that is like turnaround point right now. And they have also karma card, a weaker one though, but they really, and look, they add to two. Even though they're offering something or they want to offer something, they really have nothing to offer. And at the same time, maybe they're being guided or ruled by this person. It could be another woman of some sort over here, or a man, of course. This is a general reading. Well, thanks, Steve, for letting me know. So guys, now since I have you online, and my whole idea was to do these live readings, so you can ask me a quick question regarding your own situation, regarding this, how this, if you've seen yourself in the reading, I can maybe clarify that at the very end. So go ahead, guys. Manuela has Leo in Vedic astrology, and thank you, Manuela. This is like so very sweet, and I know that Steve is a Leo, and thanks, Barbie. So I can answer this question if there is any. And then I'm scooting to my first actually class of yoga. I'm starting something. I'm starting to be more active, I guess. Okay, I'm going to wait for a few more minutes to see if something arrives. Anybody? 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 It doesn't look like nothing. It doesn't look like anything is coming through. So guys, I really hope this was helpful, and it would like to get your comments online to see what you have to say. And there I go, Steve. What sign comes to your mind? Who is the Leo's ex? Well, there are a few that I see over here. It could be water sign. It could be Taurus, Libra, Virgo, Aquarius, Scorpio, another Leo, or Aries. That is really significantly, kind of like prominently coming here. Hi, Jody. Nice to see you coming. You see, I have different people coming through in the daytime. I have dealt with this man for 3 years. I finished and blocked him. He came back and I lost it. Are you a Leo? I haven't heard back from him in a week. I guess that's the tower thing. That's happening, Jody, during Mercury retrograde. Just think about that. There's this button that we all have, and there's this button of memories. For you, it looks like it came early, and just like people feel and understand what they have lost. So in a sense, it's a compliment. I know it kind of like when they come in your life, they usurp your life. And that's not a good thing, and people should be a little bit more mature about that. But sometimes it's good if they come back, that you still have time to ask any questions. Think about your ex coming back in your life. I always do, as if I just died. And I'm now, like, someplace, heaven, hell, whatever you want to call it, where it's the last time I can ask questions. And I can ask for them to tell me. And if they don't answer my questions, then off you go, right? If they do, at least we have made this karmic connection that we are releasing. So it is very, very important. Oh, Barbie, I love your icons. I love you. Shannon, your ex is a Virgo and I'm a Leo. Is there any way that he's coming back? Yeah, I think some of you guys are going to have your partners trying to come back, and some of you will try to approach them and they will lie to you. So it's going to be very much. I don't see narcissistic energy here too much, I have to admit, in this reading, but I see the Tower energy, and that comes after the Devil card. And so it's almost like that we jumped to that narcissistic part. It's not even important. And when it becomes unimportant is like when everybody knows, they're narcissistic, they're self-absorbed, and they know it. And there's like no way to pull a fast one, but still they're trying to do that, right? Whoa, 4 a.m. in Australia. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it'll be 2 hours. It's going to be 2 o'clock in the morning for you in Australia. So if you can, please join us. Alrighty, guys. I gotta go. I love you. Thank you, everybody, joining in. When I get back, and it's going to be in a while, it's going to be maybe just in the evening. I will try to see if I have any emergency readings. And if not, I'm going to finish with this and I'll go to Virgo reading. So thank you so much. Thank you, mods. Thank you, Barbie. Thank you, Steve, for joining in. And I don't know why it's chat slow. It kind of like looks green on my end, but you never know. Okay, guys, I love you. Please leave your comments. Always good to hear from you. And until tomorrow, all the best. Okay, bye-bye.